We're back.
We're back.
A Dinosaur Tale. Got to review that movie, man. That was my childhood movie right there. We're not talking about that.
We're not.
We're talking about Nosferatu. A shittier movie than We're Back, A Dinosaur Tale.
Yeah, this was weird, the timing of this release, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand the Christmas season and legs. I get that. I understand all that. It's set like a wintry...
about this. The movie is wintry. It is snowy. They are in, like, somewhere, in Europe.
Wouldn't that also work in October?
Yeah.
Into November?
I think this would have been good to release against, like, a Beetlejuice. Because you have,
definitely
like...
counter.
Comedy, horror.
Horror.
Suspense.
Right.
Thriller.
Well,
it's really not horror.
No, but like it's more traditional than a Beetlejuice.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
This movie was pitched as the scariest movie you'll ever see, the most horrific thing in that'll enter your brain ever, with Willem Dafoe.
We have to,
and it's not. And Willem Dafoe's in it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's great, but he's not.
But he's in it for
long.
he's got like 15 minutes of screen time and like a 2-hour+ movie.
We need to do a whole show about this, the reviewers saying the same thing. I'm over that. Like, every movie that comes out that's a scary movie is the scariest movie you've ever seen, or the year, or of all time.
Actually, not even close. This was barely a thriller. Like, it was a suspense drama, Like, there's nothing really scary. Like,
no, it's like
themes.
very period piecey. It's very like it's one of those ones where like the actors all stretch their legs and they all do well.
They all kick ass,
right?
Aaron Taylor Johnson got redemption for Craven in this movie.
That's why he was cool with Craven. He's like, I got this other thing coming out.
I'm going to crush it in Nosferatu. So, yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe.
He's stacked.
Emma Corrin from Deadpool Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cassandra Nova's in this movie as Aaron Taylor Johnson is Craven's wife.
Stack.
Calypso. Yeah. Sorry.
Everything goes back.
Everything goes back to Craven.
Sony.
Right back to me, and it's Craven. And he's got the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, where'd it lead you? Back to me. This movie sucked. I hated it.
You hated it. I didn't hate it.
It's a bad theater movie.
I think
it's a terrible theater movie.
It reminds me of the movies from 10, 15 years ago. I don't know how to describe it. It's the pacing. It's just very like,
so slow,
methodical, and you're like,
I like the plot.
I like the story. The ending gets a little weird.
That's just weird.
I don't want to spoilers because it's
I don't want to talk about
everybody.
it either.
Everybody loves this movie though. This is like 90+%.
I want to talk about that too. People are obsessed with this movie. They're like, oh, I watched it one time and it wasn't great and I hated it, but on the second watch it was.
This is not one I feel like I could watch it a bunch of times.
No. Right? Unless it was like actually scary. Like, it's not even like Hollywood took like, hey, stop making jump scare movies and just make slow, methodical
burns,
thrillers,
as they call
them. And it's
like,
I'd rather have jump scare movies because then at least I have feel anything.
Some kind of blend.
Some blend, something. Because to have no jump scares.
And I'm sure the comments will be like, you guys don't understand because it's like, smell your own fart, artsy, vampire, period piece, whatever.
I know.
But it just felt like it was missing. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. It just wasn't.
Yeah. Even like Count Orlok was like, I never got invested like in his character. Nicholas Hoult, I'm like, I've never.
This is a remake of like that silent. Okay. Right.
Which a lot of people I don't think
know that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So. And it's like, we're just doing it's just another remake.
Like I know.
Fucking make something original. Like David Ayer and Jason Statham.
Well, it feels like, I know society's cyclical and I know we go around and things, but it feels like, okay, it's time to bring vampires back. Because there's like vampire shows on now. We've gotten multiple vampire movies in the last 12-month period. Like, it's like, stop trying to make vampires a thing again.
Are they back?
Right? Doesn't it feel like?
Yeah, I guess. I feel like they were kind of back more with like Preacher and like Hotel Transylvania. Like, everybody was on vampires like 5 years ago. And Nosferatu remake like missed the curve.
We had like the Abigail movie that came out too.
Yeah.
We've had a few. There's like that. There's a vampire show on now. I think on AMC or one of those. Like,
vamps are back. I guess.
I
don't like that.
We're gonna get True Blood reboot and
We're gonna get Twilight reboot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where does it end?
It just didn't feel like.
Where does it end?
It didn't feel like the movie that. And I don't let because we review movies and stuff. I don't let just that dictate, obviously. But when you see like the overwhelming audience of everyone going, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I
then
think
you
it
go
gives you
watch
false hope that you're like, oh, this is going to be, oh, this was just like.
It brings up your expectations,
Mm-hmm.
and then to actually go watch the movie and have it not meet any of those expectations is like,
It's weird. It reminded
That
me
kinda
of
sucks.
a yeah. Because
like that's a
remember
bummer.
what was the crazy movie called with the chick who she dies and they put the baby brain in her and then like it was that Oscar movie. It was insane. It was like the visual, like William Dafoe's in it. He's like a doctor. He's like operating and makes the
Baby brain. Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Yes.
Yes. This felt.
I thought you were talking about like Lucy, like that shitty one where like mind gets elevated. You know?
Oh no, I mean like that whacked out one where the dude's like
yeah.
This felt like weirdly it was shot like obviously not like insane like that movie, but
This
like
should have been given to that
very
director.
draggy and slow and like I don't know.
Just weird.
It was just weird.
Just weird. Yeah, and not like a horror weird. Just like I'm uncomfortable, and maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
But the trailer is selling it like the scariest.
The trailer
movie of all
gave
time.
you like a creepy regular horror movie feel,
Right.
and then you went in and you got a stuffy,
right.
smart
like,
horror.
I would have taken even if it was on the same lines as Abigail. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, why not?
Like
You
more
know?
action. There wasn't a lot of
more
action.
anything.
There
More
wasn't a lot. That's what I
anything.
mean.
Yeah.
Like it have little bits of everything, but not like enough of anything.
No.
I guess is by the end
no.
of this. And I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to see it because I want to hear either how wrong or right we are.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
plot
okay
wise,
with being wrong though. It's just like my opinion was like I wasn't in it.
you hated it. I mean, like
I wasn't in it. Like,
I was
that's where
into
I'm-
it more in the first part. Like I liked the whole setup with the nightmare and the whole.
Yeah,
I do like how they
that's really
set the whole
good.
thing up.
But
And
then it's like
the
we
wheel-
got our team
the
and
t-
like
the
we got a
wheels- it gets
plan.
weird.
Like yeah, and then
I
there's
don't
like
know.
there's a whole side plot where it's like the plague and like we keep cutting to this ship and it's like characters we've never seen and will not see.
What was the one that came out last year that we were hyped for and it was a disappointment? The vampire one, where they're like,
Name one.
well, the one where
Name
they're
a movie
moving on
that
the
came out
ship,
last
where they
year.
have like, and then,
Voyage of the Last Demeter.
that one,
Yeah.
right? And people
Yeah.
got mad like that was
better than this.
That was better than this.
That
As I was
was
gonna
way
say,
better
I
than
enjoyed
this.
that more, and
Yeah.
it was the same kind of
premise.
It was like a
yeah.
slow burn, but they gave you the jump scares,
Right.
And they gave you a little bit more. Even though I was disappointed in that one, you're right.
You
That
could
was
have like made that a prequel to this. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, cause he's on the ship.
Yeah.
Like the vampire or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I guess it gave me vibes of that movie a little
Yeah.
bit, but it didn't do any of those things either.
No.
You know?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, we don't have time to explore a B plot where there's plague rats and they think like the vampire is just the plague, and it's like Willem Dafoe comes in, and he's like, no, it's a demon. Like, I don't like any of this.
I'm William Dafoe. Yeah.
It's like an hour 45. I'm with my girlfriend, and it's an hour and 45 in, and we're like, where is Willem Dafoe? Like,
there wasn't enough Nosferatu in the movie.
No.
That's what I mean. Like,
no.
like you could have called it like a vampire adventure or something. You know what I mean? Because you're not getting.
We're back a vampire tale. Full circle, baby. I know what you mean. Yeah. Not enough vampires. Make it from the vampire's perspective, not the fucking humans that we don't care about or don't want to see. Or like, I have no investment into these characters.
You cast Skarsgård and then don't use him.
Don't use him at
don't
all.
under-
Let's
you
change his
cast-
voice. Let's put him in makeup to make him unrecognizable.
Like I get it, he's the horror go-to guy now. I understand that. They
guess.
cast him now and like they make him the bad guy and the monster. But if you like you said, if you make it where he's unrecognizable,
He didn't even have his Skarsgård eyes, where he like bulges out his
I know,
eyes.
yeah.
Like you couldn't even tell. Like I was like 2 hours in, and I'm like, where's Skarsgård? And like she had to tell me, it's like, oh, it's Count Orlok. And I'm like, yeah, but is it?
are you sure?
like they could have cast.
no, he's gonna drop down any minute.
They could have cast anybody.
anybody.
Like guy off the street. You want to be Count Orlok? Sure.
Hey, be like, hey, but we're gonna say it's
Skarsgård.
Bill. We're gonna pay you, but we're also gonna pay Bill because people, I guess, will just come to see him.
Come to see it, and he's in
But it could
all
be
the press.
It could be you behind the makeup,
The press in like the press tours is all Willem Dafoe and Bill Skarsgård, and I'm
which
like,
is real. That's what I'm saying. I watched all of that before, and then you go to the movies, and like you're saying, any day. Well, we got like 8 minutes left of this
Right.
movie. He's gonna show up and kill now. That's what's gonna happen.
No,
he is.
He is Nosferatu. Fuck, that's crazy. Let's give ratings.
I'm gonna get. I did
not low,
I did
but
not
I
hate
didn't
it as
like
much
it.
as you. I don't
Yeah.
think, but I think it, like it's if you
I've gone from hate to not like.
okay.
Yeah,
I'll say the same thing I said about the last voyage of the Demeanor.
yeah.
If you like vampire stuff, Like if you're like really into vampire stuff, you'll probably like it. But yes, don't go in thinking it's super scary.
No.
Don't go in thinking there's some badass vampire cool action. No, we get some forced vampire like we seem to get. I guess we can't say on the show. You know what I mean? Bleep that out.
Yeah.
We get some forced vampire canoodling.
Nice.
Right? Like in every vampire movie. But there's no real, I don't know. I didn't feel the state for the setup, the payoff. The payoff wasn't what it should have been. I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay.
I respect the director.
It was shot really well.
I get what they were going for. I didn't enjy it as much as I wanted
shadow scenes
to.
are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like his big
like
hands
from the
coming
old
over
school
town.
remake. They really, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it was good.
It was cool.
It wasn't terrible.
It was cool.
It was just disappointing.
It was not enough.
Right.
It was not enough for like the 2-hour plus runtime that we got.
It's like 2:10.
So I'm at a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so okay, you know,
not bad.
like middle of the road.
And I want to start. Well, I want to do this for a few videos. Remind everybody, we judge on like basically a 0 to 10 scale. 5 being the average. 5 does not mean, oh my God, they hate the movie. I'm going to write a 5-paragraph comment on how they're so dumb.
No, it's not like a school grade where it's like 5 is an F.
Like yeah, you got an F. No.
No.
Like 5 is average. 5 is average. That means you are popcorn. 5 means you didn't.
Yeah.
You were competent.
Yeah.
So 5 and up, stop.
You did good. 5 is you did good, but it wasn't for me. Is basically how I judge it
right.
when I give it a 5.
We don't give a lot of things over a 7.5.
No.
So I just want to say, if you hear anything over a 7.5, that's really good for the people that are like, that's not an 8 though.
And it's purely opinion.
It's opinion.
Yeah. We're not like, and you should think it's a 5 too.
The only difference is we don't have any. We're not.
The only
paid,
difference
no
is
skin
our
in the
opinions
game.
are never wrong.
Right, and no one's influencing us with money.
Right.
So we don't have to worry
Yeah.
about. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
The studio's not going. You can't.
Right.
You cannot say that.
You can't say it's a 5 out of 10. No, fuck you, studio.
Yeah.
It's a 5 out of 10. All right.
Yeah. That's why we have 2,000 not 20,000.
They're like, please pay us. We'll give a movie any rating. Please pay us.
We'll sell out. We'll sell right out. Like, what do you want? How much is?
I'm inviting it. I'm inviting it. This movie starts. I really liked it. This movie starts, and it's like we're classic Wallace and Gromit, and I go, oh, good, they didn't update it for today's times. Like Chicken Run 2 was very much like we're gonna start the same, and then it's gonna become like fit into today's woke.